Hello, come on in. The Right Stuff is our movie subject for today, a lad release through Warner Brothers. The Right Stuff starring, among other people, Dennis Quaid as Gordo Cooper. Let's take a look now at Dennis Quaid, because you're looking at the best darn pilot in the history of aviation, or at least that's how you describe yourself. There's one wonderful moment there, Dennis, where, however, you are asked who the best pilot you've ever seen is, and you almost say Chuck Yeager. Now, in talking with Gordon Cooper, well, it's a sixth sense, I guess. In talking with Gordon Cooper, though, how does he feel about that? Was he as cocky as you are in the film?
Well, maybe not as... all test pilots, I think, have huge egos. I mean, they're like actors and brain surgeons when it comes to that. He's, on the exterior, maybe he's not as enthusiastic or as outgoing or cocky as that, but on the on the inside, I think they all have this opinion of themselves. And it's well deserved in a lot of ways, because they do a very tough job.
Because among all the players in the film, The Right Stuff, you are the most brash, the most characteristic, I suppose, of the fresh flyboy in the aviation films of the 40s, say, to come out of Hollywood. You have that sort of style to you, and I'm wondering if that's more your contribution or something you picked up from Cooper.
Well, I made it kind of a combination. There's the Gordo Cooper that I met before we started doing the movie. I looked him up, and I took a lot of character things from him as well. And then there's also the Gordo Cooper that's written in the script that I had to go with.
Of course.
And I think all the astronauts, the way they're written in the script and the way Tom Wolfe portrayed them, are kind of different symbols of a different type of personality of an American stereotype, in other words.
And as contrasted with somebody like Gus Grissom, you can sleep through anything.
Right. And
you do throughout the film, it seems like. At the most odd times of stress, you're able to sleep. And again, I'm wondering if this was characteristic of Cooper.
This actually happened. Gordon Cooper was sitting on top of I guess what you call a man-made bomb, getting ready to blast off into space, and he fell asleep on the launch pad.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
But believable, ultimately, I guess.
Oh, sure. That's the reason I wanted to play him, in fact.
The scenes with your wife are very interesting in the film, too, because she leaves for San Diego. You're at Edwards Air Force Base. It's the one situation in the film where we see a wife leaving the husband. Is there more that was left on the cutting room floor there than what we saw in the finished film?
I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the movie yet. I see it tomorrow. Yeah, I'm doing a play in New York right now, so all these screenings that they've been having, I haven't been able to make.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, most of our relationship is left in there.
Okay. Let's talk about your career a bit, too, because with movies like Tough Enough and Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, Jaws 3D, The Long Riders, you've established yourself relatively quickly, I think, as one of the really solid young actors to come along.
Relatively quickly. I've been out there for 8 years.
Isn't the old story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Among those titles I've mentioned, what are some of the ones that you have been happiest with, personally?
Well, The Right Stuff is the movie that I'm happiest with of everything, all the things that I've done. I think it's my best work. I think it's also the best movie I've ever been in. And The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia I like for different reasons, and Breaking Away, I think, was another one of my favorites.
A lot of the scenes with Christy McNichol seemingly were improvised in that film, and this is my chance to find out if that were so.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of improvisation that goes on in films anyway, I think, because a lot of times you have your script, but once you get to a location, you're going to have different circumstances. It's not going to be the same way that it's written, simply because the set is different than what is in the script. And so it requires a lot of improvisation. Also, the relationships change just from the people that you're working with, and a lot of different things will come up, and improvisation helps you to establish that a lot better.
You're how many months away now from the shooting of Right Stuff? How long ago did that complete?
Over a year.
Okay.
About a year and 3 months, and we took 8 months to shoot it.
And in that intervening time, what kinds of projects can we expect to see from you? What have you been working on then?
Oh, well, I did one movie called Dreamscape that's coming out. I don't know when. And it's about psychics. And now I've moved to New York, and I'm doing plays in New York. I'm going to be doing Sam Shepard's True West with my brother downtown in New York.
Ah, so the association will continue on then with
Yeah,
Sam
it's kind of the
Shepard.
Right Stuff connection there.
Yeah. All right. As far as your own work is concerned, do you see yourself as a younger generation actor, or do you see yourself as already an established film personality now?
Established film.
Yeah. Are you an
personality.
established
I don't
person, or are you still on the
know. I don't know what
rise?
you mean by established film personality. I don't know. I kind of see myself. I just see myself as an actor. I see as far as the new generation and all that. I've kind of see myself in between, kind of generations of the people of the Pacino and Hoffman, those people who have been around for a while, and then the younger generations that's coming up. I kind of see myself in between that.
Yeah. In fact, Dennis, I'm not sure how old you are, but I'm wondering if you remember very vividly any of the events with the Mercury program.
Oh yeah, in fact, that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this movie. In fact, the first reason, because these guys were my boyhood heroes growing up.
Uh-huh.
I was in kindergarten. The teacher comes in, turns on the TV,
Yes.
and there's Alan Shepard going into space. I grew up in Houston, and right then it replaced wanting to be a cowboy. Everybody wanted to be an astronaut.
Well, it is kind of a Western movie in a way, The Right Stuff, isn't
Well,
it?
yeah, I think so. And this is different than most space movies that have been made, like Star Wars or whatever, because that's not for real. That's in the future. That's what makes The Right Stuff so great, is that it is a piece of history. It's something we actually done with real heroes. But I think space movies are the new westerns nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the shootout on the street, you have your spaceships instead of a horse.
And you're very good for that because you've always been an independent sort of character, be it a tough man or a cabaret singer or country bar singer or astronaut.
I like to pick my parts for different reasons. I don't want to kind of pigeonhole myself. So I pick roles that definitely are a lot different from...
Well, tough man,
Yeah.
entertainer, and astronaut, they're all rolled into one, certainly, in The Right Stuff. Dennis Quaid, I want to thank you. Wonderful characterization as
Thank
Gordo Cooper in The Right Stuff from Warner Brothers. Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks.